All right, today we're going to talk about topic 9.6, which is the converse equilateral triangle theorem. So it's very similar to what we talked about in 9.5. So what it basically states is that if three angles in a triangle are congruent, then the three sides are also congruent. So for example, if I was going to make this into a picture and we had triangle A and we had triangle ABC, and we knew that all three of these angles were the same, then we could say that we know if we draw an arrow to every side of the angles that are the same, that the sides are the same. So these three sides are the same. So if angle A is congruent to angle B, which is congruent to angle C, then AC is congruent to BC, which is congruent to AB. So that's basically what that theorem states, and that is a very important concept. That's what's going to take us through the problems when we talk about this. And it should make sense that that's the case, because we know if three angles are the same, three sides are the same, three sides are the same, three angles are the same. So now we'll go ahead and look at some examples. Number one, we're going to find x. So we can see right now that from this triangle that these three angles are the same, D, E, and F. So what we're going to do is go ahead, and if I draw arrows, we already know that all three sides are going to be the same. So that means this right here. And we're going to find out what x is. Well, we know that these two sides, 3x minus 5 and 6x minus 13, are congruent. If two things are congruent, I can always set them equal to each other to solve for x. So that would be 3x plus 5 is equal to 6x minus 13. Now to solve this, I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides. So then I end up with negative 3x. This comes down. Plus 5 is equal to negative 13. Then I'm going to go ahead and subtract 5 from both sides. And I get negative 3x is equal to negative 18. Divide both sides by negative 3. And I get x is equal to 6. If I wanted to find out what those sides were, I could easily plug that 6 in and find out what DE and FD are, and it would give us the same answer. All right, moving on. Number 2 says find x and y. All right, so first things first, look at the angles. We know that all of these are 60, which means this. And if that's the case, all three angles are the same, then we know all three sides are congruent. Now we know that this is 30, so all of these other sides are also going to be 30. And we just got to set up equations to solve for what those variables are. So if I want to find what x is, it would be 3x plus 21 is equal to 30. Again, because I know that side has to be 30 because it's the same as BC. So subtract 21 from both sides. This comes down and I get 3x is equal to 9. Divide both sides by 3 and I get x is equal to 3. Now, to find out what y is, same thing. I would have 10y plus 10, and I know that has to be equal to 30 because I know that's what that side has to be. So I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides, and I get 10y is equal to 20. Divide both sides by 10, and I get y is equal to 2. Now, if I wanted to find out what those sides are, we already know they're 30, but I could easily plug those things back in and I would get 30. So that's basically what we're talking about when we're talking about the converse equilateral triangle theorem, is just understanding that all three sides are the same if all three angles are the same. Should be pretty simple. If you got any questions, please write them down, and I'll see you in class.